All right, good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. It's November 2nd. Markets are off to green start right now. The Nasdaq's currently up 1.2. Tesla really leading the way, up about 8 points, or about 4% from 205 to 213 at the moment. So those calls that we got right before close yesterday should be printing off. Crocs ended up dropping overnight after their earnings this morning down to 74. We might get a little bit of a payout there, but the drop in IV might reduce that. And then watching AMD, still trading at that 108 mark, so probably going to get some time decay on the both of these options that we got before the close yesterday. But going to focus on Tesla trading at 213 and try to get out of this 213 call, or sorry, 210 call that I bought yesterday. All right, here comes the morning open. Contracts are trading at 500. Sold the bid, but I did not get filled. Oh, come on now. Sold that at 465. I did not get the good price for it. It went all the way up to 600 at the peak, but put in a few orders that just didn't go through. Pulling back on the open, along with a lot of other stocks. Let's see. Check out AMD in the meantime, see where that's headed. Actually down 107. Those puts are about back to where they were yesterday. We might actually... So I've got two calls, 113 and 110. And I was wanting to keep a neutral delta here. So we have 30 delta for calls and 25 delta for puts. So I guess we should just keep it as is. Don't put any extra risk on. In the meantime, Crocs pulling back to 75. Those puts I bought a very long time ago. Somebody just bought them at 90. I bought them for 70 though. Good morning, Elon. But it's down about 13% overnight after their earnings. It's a pretty decent move. Initial move. We'll see if we get a continuation in the next couple of days. The spread on the put is extremely wide. Calls getting crushed on AMD. The puts are doing okay. Netflix is dropping right now. We had that put we snatched yesterday before the close. I'm at 175, currently trading at 172 to 192. Very wide bid-ask spread for Netflix. But a pretty steep drop here. I might take profits here at 414, but we'll watch how this plays out. Tesla's trading down at 212 from 213 at open. But a very big sell-off first 5 minutes here on Netflix. From 426 down to 419. So hopefully we can continue that momentum on the downside. Maybe seeing 414. 412.50 is my initial price target to fill in the gap on the daily chart. But we'll see if we can actually manage that. see Take Two not really doing much at all. As per usual, trying to break out, failing. I might snatch another one of these calls. Got one at 165. And they're going for 74 cents to 112. I'm gonna start at 85 cents and work my way up. No, just raise the bid. Maybe we can go 87. Going to 88. Really popping off already. Let's try 88 again. No. Alright, we'll pay 90. Still no fill at 90. The ask is at 115. I just feel like that's a bit too much. Alright. Got filled at 100. Definitely feel like I got screwed over on price there, but wasn't able to get filled any lower. Do I think it's going to go to 219 if it breaks 213? The morning high, I'm assuming. Gotta get over that 214.25 mark, and then I might see it at 216 at tops. Unless it's just an overall very bullish day for the market. It's already up by 4% though. Alright, let's check on AMD, see where we're sitting. Flush down and then pop right back off. Looks similar to how Tesla reacted on the open. Netflix kind of pulling the same thing, but not as forceful to the upside here. My thoughts on Apple. Let's see if they got anything going on. They're up 1.1%, which is pretty good for Apple. Let's see. Not too shabby. You got a pretty decent overnight gap to 174.25-ish. So I would be a little bit concerned about that, but given how much the markets are pushing up since Powell yesterday. You might be in the clear for today. How's NVIDIA doing? NVIDIA really made a move overnight, 2.5% on the overnight session. Another one that gapped up a ton from 423 to 434. That 210 call went to 600 now for Tesla, that is. Netflix still not hanging with the rest of the crowd. Down 0.4%. Everything else is in the green. Microsoft just barely. Microsoft was actually doing really well in the pre-market. It was up to 349. 349.60, and huge drop in right before the open, actually. Let's see if there's any news that could have sent it. Doesn't look like it. But it's breaking even for the day almost. But yeah, I think the top for Tesla is going to be 216. Could be wrong. But they also have quite a bit of good news backing the rally today. You got the UAW striking a deal yesterday, so that put some pressure on the competition. You got Rob Barron saying that Tesla should be a $4 trillion company in the next 10 years. They had the China sales data coming out. It wasn't bad. It wasn't great. I think they grew marginally year over year. A little bit of a decline month over month. And let's see what else. There's another piece of news that I'm missing, I think. And they're also the top performer of the day, up 4.6%. So a lot of momentum going for them today. All right, looks like AMD might be recovering. Yeah, back to 108 again. Let's check on Crocs. Oh, went up to 82.50, pulled back. Still pretty bearish. Down 9% on the day. Let's have that Netflix trade. To the watch list. Trading at 125. Looks like Netflix is getting that powerful move up that everybody else saw right now. But they were kind of way overextended in the pre-market, so we'll see. Getting back to those highs could be difficult. Got a negative 23 delta here. Could maybe hedge it. With a couple of deep out of the money calls. Let's see. $430 calls of 14 delta. I was looking for something around a 10. But we might snag both the 430 and 435s. Apple earnings today after hours. Do I see it going to 180? Apple. I think leaving that gap overnight could be troublesome for Apple. I might actually take the downside on that trade. But I would probably want to see like 177.50 or something close to that first today. All right, the 430 call is going for 75 cents on Netflix. Let's see. 5-minute chart's looking like a strong rebound. Just don't want to pay that much for the option when they went down to 50 cents. Good morning, Mike. And the delta on the 430 is 16 cents compared to 21 on the 412.50 put. Trading right at 420 right now. Dipped just below 420 and popped right back off there. Those options traded to 73 cents to 80. Now at 90. A little bit too much for my taste. Should have got that dip under 420. Nvidia dropping right now. Hopefully that impacts AMD, because AMD ain't moving for shit. It's just trading back and forth of 108 and 107. So hopefully we get a move there. Pre-market high. Yeah. Looks like AMD was rejected at market open, or market open high 108.10 on the drop. Alright, Netflix trading at 420.26. These options are trading for 80 cents. The spread on them is pretty wide, which I don't like, but still want to have a hedge position. Netflix just moves so damn fast because of the bid-ask spread. Take two taking off. Up 1.5. Our calls are going for between 90 and 120. Nice breakout. Tesla pulling back off of. Wow. I don't know if that's a real wick or not, but it says 219.19. Rejected at 216 there. So, like I said, I don't think that it's gonna be over 216 unless you have just an incredibly green market today. Looks like Microsoft just went on the red right now. AMD is still chopping around 106.50 at the low, 108.10 at the high. Probably the same action on NVIDIA, I would guess. Yeah, not quite getting down to the morning low, but 431.50 to 435. Tesla bounced a pre-market high. Yeah, trading right at 216. Forming a bull flag here, so it could be a good day trade if you want. I just don't think that there's that much reward in it. Like, you could scalp it from 215 right now to 216, but I don't think that I would go much higher than that. Yeah, tagging 216 here. Low on volume. That 210 call should be doing pretty hot. Yeah, up at 650 a piece. And again, rejected right there, 216. Isn't the volume low on Take Two? Yeah, it is. But Take Two is going to have earnings in a few weeks, and I think it's been trading flat for a very long time. If you're looking at the weekly candles, this has just been going back and forth. You had a little bit of a kind of a fake stop out down here, and it's back in the weekly range that it was previous. So my guess is you're going to get a big move on earnings because we built up all this potential. And my guess is that it'll probably pop about on earnings, I would say probably like $9 or so. Let's see what the expected move is for next week's earnings. $11, $12 in either direction. So that would assume that it could go all the way up to 148 post earnings. But I think that it could be even a more larger potential move given the flat action that it's seen for so many weeks. NVIDIA to 428 today. It's trading at 432 right now. I just wish AMD and NVIDIA would actually make a move somewhere. Yesterday, right before the close, it didn't move much. And you're getting a bit of momentum on the downside, but it hasn't quite kept pushing that. Where's old Crocs sitting? Looks like our Crocs puts are getting crushed right now. IV crush and the price is going up. Strong rebound. 71 to 81. Their guidance was poor. 3.9 billion to 3.95 billion. Prior estimate was 4 billion to 4.06. And it came in below consensus. Earnings per share came down to 11.55 to 11.85 versus 11.83 to 12.22 previous. That's a pretty significant drop. And adjusted operating margins of 27. Let's see how the actual earnings themselves came in. 309 versus, sorry, 325 versus 309 expected. So they beat earnings, but they had poor guidance. All right, Netflix trading back down to 420.2. AMD finally cracking that 106.50 level. So my hope is for it to come down to 103. That is my price target, which would put my puts at about $2 a piece on intrinsic value, since I got the 105s. Currently they're trading for 90 cents. We got 36 delta, and so we're definitely negative on delta pretty far right now. And it's trading right at 106, so I wonder if that could be a potential support to maybe get another one of these 110 calls. They're trading for 23. Catching that support again at 106 right now. Price target for Tesla was 216. It just broke 216.40 at the moment. Let's see how volume is reacting to that level. Volume was low going into the level. If you see an increase in volume afterward, it could be contested back under 216. Maybe back to 215. But if you see volume continuing to decline, then it'll probably hold that 216 level. Meta's actually given up its gains for the day. Wow, Meta. So we got a pretty mixed market today. Meta coming down, Tesla going up. So I think that might give Tesla a little bit less confidence in this 5% pump that they've seen so far today. But could be wrong. Could stay over 216. Again, I'd be watching volume, see if it's increasing or decreasing after that 216 break. Yeah, no problem. And then I would guess it would probably pull back at least to that support at 215. I mean, you're not getting much delta out of it, but if you're looking to scalp, that could be a good one. Take two seems to still be doing pretty well. Yep, breaking out still. 136.35. Let's go. Good thing we added another position there. I liked what I saw on the daily chart. You had that flat action for the past 1, 2, 3, 4 days, and then you finally got that break over. There's no gap to fill in. So I think this is good to go. Maybe we can expect $1.50 more of on the upside at the most. So maybe trading to 137.75. Math is hard. That would probably be the max move today, though. Alright, AMD just bounced that 106 level, so we should have snagged those calls. The 110s we were looking at. Went from 23 to 31. Everything's back on the green now again. Looks like Netflix bull flagging at 420. Okay. I think we should buy some safety with that bull flag. They're trading at 77. Just gonna buy one of them. Make sure deltas are close together, 15 and 19. Trading at 75 right now. Yeah. God damn it. Just a second too late. Alright, I'll pay y'all 76. Good. So now we're delta neutral. Probably want to see a breakout over 422. AMD couldn't get over 107. Looks like a bearish trend. Got a lower low. And this could potentially be a lower high. I'd imagine Nvidia and AMD are probably going to trade similar. But Nvidia, on the other hand, looks a bit more flat than it does bearish. Alright, Nvidia, or Netflix, sorry, dropping down to 420 again. Delta to the negative is increasing, 21 and 13. So we'll see how this plays out. Those 110 calls are up from 20 to 30. So those about doubled in price in the last 10 minutes. Should have taken that one. Nice momentum down on Netflix. And AMD sitting right over 107 for the moment. Going as high as 107.30 and pulling back. Yeah, I knew if anyone took that scalp on Tesla, that should be doing well right now. 216 to 214. Already went past the 215 price target and right at the 9 moving average. It's a good point to take profit on that if you took that trade. Definitely lost that bull flag pattern on Netflix. We'll see if we stick under 420. Take two still up 1.5 for the day. Went to almost to 137 and pulled back. 136.85. Pulled back $1. Microsoft is still sitting pretty at 346, but I don't think we'll get back to 349 today. Unless the whole market reverses. Would have been nice to see it at 349. Let's see what those calls went for. 192 is the only trade today on them. Sold a car call on Palantir. Oh, it's our. Whew, Jesus Christ. 21%. Damn. Yeah, you had yesterday. I mean, it wasn't exactly flat from the day previous, but it was trading in a tight little range the past 2 days before that huge breakout. Damn. That's crazy. Alright, well, it looks like Netflix is losing it. Down to 418.50 now. Let's check on those puts. Where are they? Day trades. There we go. Trading back to 135. The calls are down to 45. I'd say it's pretty safe to say that we're going to close under 420 with this candle. We have 1 minute left, so. Call credit spreads. Oracle. Oracle, let's see. So this one's trading pretty similar to how AMD reacted to earnings. Had 2 big green days in a row and pulling back today. You might get some strength either tomorrow or the next day if the market will allow that. So if the markets are bullish next week or tomorrow and Monday, then it could continue pushing up, maybe filling in the gap to 108. As of right now, the markets are pretty mixed, so not a trade that I would be eager to take right now, unless you get a dip maybe into yesterday's range at like 105 or below. But yeah, we got a few names in the red now. Netflix, Meta, Microsoft. Netflix dropping pretty heavy here to 117. Yeah, I think this mixed market today is going to kind of make it pretty tough for Netflix today. So let's get out of this 430 call. There's almost no way that it's going to work out for us. Bought it at 76. We'll sell it at close to 40. We got this little bounce close to the morning low. Morning low at 417, currently at 418. And the puts are going for 140 right now to 150. Meta's down 0.5%, 0.6 to 310. Got this mini pump on Netflix up to 419. Contracts are trading to 50. Alright. Try to sell it between 48 and 50. Alright, got out at 50. $412 put on the other hand, currently trading at 130. Again, I want to see a drop under 417, and then we might be seeing 414. Yeah, currently in on Netflix puts. Negative 24 delta right now. Might add some long exposure if we go down to 417. Let's check out the Crocs. Crocs forming a bull flag. Oh boy. On the 5-minute at least. 15 minutes probably looking the same. Yeah. Tight range last 30 minutes. Really liking this price action on Netflix, but the other end is doing pretty well. You have Nvidia up 1.7, Apple's up 1.5, the NASDAQ composite currently up by 0.95. So overall a bullish day, but you do have some names in the red. Thoughts on Apple for earnings? So I don't think their earnings is going to be great. I think spending for consumer electronics is likely going to be down as more people spend money on essentials. So I think this quarter could print some poor results. I'm not sure if Wall Street's already accounted for that or not. Let's see what expectations that we can find. No. 126 last quarter, 152, 188. So we've already seen a wane in the earnings per share for the last few quarters. That's to be expected. And then 129 the quarter before. So it's probably going to continue to wane, would be my guess. Let's see what Wall Street expects, though. Earningswhispers.com. Apple. They changed there. Okay, here we go. 145 earnings per share is what Wall Street expects. 139 is what Wall Street expects. Earnings Whisper expects 145. Last quarter came in at 126. Of course, they did the new iPhone 15, so that should give a little bit of a boost to their earnings per share. But will it be 20% is the question. My guess would be like a 15%, but obviously just guesstimating here. Would be like a 145 earnings per share. So it might actually come in to expectations, maybe a little bit above. And then the next important point for earnings is going to be what their guidance is going forward, if they expect more growth or not. My guess, guidance won't be as rosy as it has been for earlier in the year. So I think that it'll pull back. But like I said, I would want to see this closer to 177.50 before I take a short position, and assume that it'll drop to 174.25. Got to get those puts cheap first, and then I would consider buying them. I really don't understand, like, why they're advertising titanium so much. That's such a weird thing to advertise. Like, do you think the average consumer really cares what material their phone is made of? Probably not. Alright. Looks like we exited that 4:30 call a little bit early at 50. Now it's 65 to 70. And Netflix in the green now. Barely, but in the green. Tesla's back to 216 again. Second time here. So you might gain support now. Discharging from the Army in 50. Nice. Very nice. There's just no trend here. I don't like it. Do not like Netflix here at all. How's old AMD doing now? Back to 108. Oh, back and forth. Gotta love it. It went all the way as low as 106. And now back to 108.30. Alright, well, with this rebound, maybe Take Two can do well. Nope. Take Two pulling back. And maybe forming head and shoulders on the 15 or on the 5. Yeah, definitely a confusing market. The markets just can't seem to hold any momentum for any decent period of time. Oh, my daughter's doing great. She's learning to crawl, right? Or I guess she is crawling around right now. She's getting into freaking everything. But hasn't been sleeping well, which is irritating. She wakes up like 3 to 5 times a night lately. But it's exciting to see her crawling around. She took her a while to learn, but she's figured it out now. Going everywhere. Damn, Tesla. What are those 210 calls trading for now? Probably not that much more than earlier. Would be my guess. 210s. Yeah, they're trading for 705 to 720 from 650 earlier. So a little bit of a jump in price. Yeah, and she's trying to stand up on her own. By pulling herself up onto the couch or onto myself. She's trying to learn how to walk. Yeah, I know. Not excited for that. I'm excited for her to learn to walk, but not excited to chase her around the house. Let's see. There's just so much nothing going on here with Netflix. I just wish that we could actually continue the downtrend and see under 417. I'll set an alert for it. See if it goes off. Is there a timeline for the options tracker? So I'm not doing the options tracker anymore. I was actually changing the app over to what'll be basically an automated and investing trading platform for followers and creators. Got some competition in this space. I think there's this newer company called Predictogram. They're creating Tradeogram. But right now I'm trying to come up with the capital for it. Kind of liking a short on Tesla. Just going back and forth in this range. It'll be a scalp, but a short nonetheless. Going with a 215 put. Trading at 250 for the moment. Strike price is $250. Sorry, 50 delta here. Okay. I'll take two of these. And assume we won't go over 216 again. Or I could take it at 216 and then move my stop up. Let's see, it's trading at 215.60, 50 delta. So I should snag these either for 225 or set my stop at 225. All right, here we go. Wish granted. It is trading at 216, but the options aren't quite to 225 yet. Previous high came in at 217. Currently trading at 206. 50 delta would put these at 175-ish. $206 on the fill. $175 stop. Hi, Peter. All right, already trading up a little bit to 210 for those puts, or yeah, 215 puts. Got him at 206. I would at least want to see it down at 216 first. See if we can gain support on there if we end up flushing through. Here we go to 216. Contracts trading at 220. I'll probably take off one and then set the stop at break even. Break even at 206. And we got a good strike too. So if it does continue trending down, we are doing well. 225 sell. Set our stop at break even and let it ride. Let's see, the best of these went for was 350. When we were trading down to 214 to 213.50. Currently gaining support at the 9 moving average, a little bit over it, to 1550. Low on that candle came to 215.64. That 216 mark right now is acting as a magnet. Going like 20 cents above, 20 cents below. Not getting any action on it. Back to 215.50. Again, this could be our support, but hopefully we can flush right on through. Oh wow, AMD's coming back up, it seems. Nvidia's trading at 2%. This 215.50 level is very contested for Tesla. I wish I got like 3 of them instead of 2. So I could exit a little bit more slowly. These contracts keep going to about 250 and pulling back. Back to 216 here. So nice support at 215.50. I forgot about my stop loss orders at 205. No, I took it out. Netflix just broke 422. All right. Waiting on 216 for Tesla, but it doesn't look like we'll get there. Yep. Alright, I'll put my stop in at 205. Just in case it wants to go higher. Keeps going back and forth, 216 to 216.50. So kind of Fullerman bull flag here. Support at 216. 40 delta on these. Let's see if we can find maybe a couple 20 deltas. 222.50. They're trading for 70 cents right now. The low on that came in at 68. Okay, bought 2 at 68. Stopped out on the calls there. Or the puts. And we still got 2 of these at 70 right now. Got that support at 216. So hopefully we can finally make the breakout. 216 again. Probably could have waited a little bit on those calls to buy at 60. Let's check on AMD. Trading at 109. Wow, nice pop there. Calls are going bottom at 45. They're trading at 90. Still got this flag formation on Tesla. But yeah, that's probably all the trades I'll make today. Looking for a breakout over 217 for Tesla on those calls we got. If we don't get it, might end up having to sell at 215 or lower. But yeah, that's it. And I will catch y'all tomorrow at 9:30. See you, everybody. Have a good day.